happening, Captain?
What's good, Brody?
What's happening, B?
What's poppin'? How you living?
I'm chilling, man. These people out here going crazy right now with their pots.
Oh, it's the goddamn pots and pans, huh?
It's the pots and pans, man.
You know what's mad funny? My girl just texted me and she's like, I was trying to take a nap, and then here comes 7 p.m. It's fucking people with the pots and pans all over again.
Them pots and pans is real crucial right now, man. They got horns now and all that. They going crazy.
Now, is that annoying? Like, do you find that annoying now? Like, are you tired of it yet, or is it like, are you like you cool with it? Like, it's like, it's a vibe now.
Listen, man, I be in here, I be playing my shit. My music be blasting through all of that. I don't even be hearing it sometimes.
You don't even be paying attention.
I don't even. I was walking outside the other day, yesterday actually, going to the dollar store, and I heard that shit. I was like, "What the fuck are they doing?" Because I left my headphones in the house, and I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot all about that."
And you didn't even know, like, you didn't even know that they was doing it at that point. You was like, it's just become like such a part of everyday life now that you're just kind of like, you're like, all right, so it's 7 p.m.
Yeah, it's literally just like, it's like, all right, that's cool, that's what's up.
You're not even thinking about it anymore. It's so crazy how that's like the new normal now. Like that's part of like this whole the whole coronavirus shit. It's just like, all right, so at 7 p.m. every day, now we have to get used to the pots and pans banging and all that bullshit.
They're definitely they're gonna keep doing that shit afterwards too. I guarantee it. Watch.
You think so?
I think so.
I mean, we don't even know how long we about to be in here for.
You got no answers, man. This shit is whack. It's crazy. I'm at that point now where I'm like, you know what? I'm actually fine with being inside. Like, I'm back to my introverted. Well, I've always been introverted, but I'm back on my introverted shit. So I'm just
bro, same. Like, I'm back on like I got back into gaming, and then like once 5 p.m. hit and work be over, the PS4, the Switch start up, and then from like 5 p.m. to like 1 a.m. it's like straight gaming. Like, we not doing nothing else. We just gaming, and that's it.
Literally, like I've been up, just fucking getting busy, like just music every day. Well, actually now I'm at the point where I'm like giving it a rest right now because I feel like I've like, gotten to the point where I'm like, all right, I need more beats. So I started I pulled my little MPC from under the bed. I'm about to start learning how to make some, at least to get me to a certain point where I could pass it off afterwards.
Oh, so you want to get like to the point where you could like make beats and give beats to people and sell beats and whatnot? Like,
nah, I want to get to the point where I can make beats so that when I do make a stem for myself, I can write to it, and then when I get in the studio, I could be like, all right, this is what I've already come up with. Now let's amplify this to like times 10.
What was crazy when I was preparing, because like for all these like live interviews, I've like prepared little things, like I'll write notes down. For you, I was like, I don't even need to write notes. We're just gonna go on live. And we just gonna fuck around for like 10, 20 minutes, and like we're just gonna kick it because we both just inside bored, trying to get our shit together.
That's how it go.
So what you been working on? You've been working on like you pulled out that thing so we could make some beats and whatnot. What else you been doing?
Man, I just been writing, bro. I had started this show. Every single time I feel like I've exhausted my brain, I'll just like start a new show. So I started this show called Superstore. That shit is hilarious. But as soon as that shit was over, then I just started writing again, and I'm like, all right, cool. I done made so much shit that I can like just start picking and choosing from it. But I don't want to start digging into shit too deep too early. The next thing you know, we in here for like 3 months or so, and we stuck. So I just been keeping it calm. But
how did this like affect like your rollout of the new project? Because you and I have been talking about. I know. I'm sorry, bro. I know you just look so sad right now, but I know we had like all this, like we was hyping up the fact that we was gonna sit down again in May, and we was gonna celebrate the album properly.
Yep.
So how is this like? I mean, obviously, like in some ways, you could just think and be like, all right, so this is how it affected it. But how has it like affected the process of the project?
I mean, it definitely put a lot of things on hold, especially with, just gathering of the whole team to consult on everything. Like, shit, my fucking assistant now back in Canada, my manager is Lord knows where. So it's like, it's been a thing, but I think that the positive of it all is just like, all right, since I was able to make even more music, I could sit down and like add things or like rearrange things to be differently. I could go back and tweak a little bit of things and stuff like that. So I'm trying to find the positives out of it. Aside from that though, it's just like, man, shit got pushed back. We don't even know concerts. They don't even want concerts to happen until like July 2021. So it's like
Bro.
you can't even do things how we normally do it.
It's like it's literally like the world is on pause. Like there's no Gov Ball this year. There's no Rolling Loud this year. There probably won't be no Rolling Loud New York this year because of that. And
Nope.
it's literally like even like everything in music, while music keeps going and shit like that. Like some aspects of music, like you putting out this project, or other people who might be working on things or working on videos or whatever, that is being put on hold too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, this nigga Deli, man, he got the shit. He got the last fucking event before this shit went crazy. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
I know, you know what? And I was really looking to Fergie. I was looking forward to Fergie shit too, because I kept telling him, I was like, because at first Fergie had it on Rolling Loud weekend, and I was like, bro, I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be here for that because I think I'm gonna be in Miami. And then now look at all of us.
I know,
He
shit is
moved it to
crazy.
the end of the month, and then it's like, shit. Now we
Mind
gotta
you,
go
I'm
back to
on that
Miami.
fucking lineup, so it's like I sent him the announcement the other day about that July 2021 shit. He was like, bro, I'm tight. Like I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, because now it's like all concerts from home, and I was having this. I had like the interview hasn't dropped yet, but I had this very like I would say it's kind of long. I had this very interesting conversation with Kiana Lede, because she's been doing videos from home, and she was just like explaining to me how she's been like doing FaceTime music videos. Like she did a FaceTime music video with like Ari Lennox, and it's just like I'm like, damn, bro, it's so crazy that you even have to like do that, you know?
Yeah, bro. So, somebody just now in the comments said something that I was about to say too. Like people have been like my homie Alex. She been doing live shows on fucking YouTube, and Lexi about to do one. I think today at 8. You know
Yes,
what
I
I'm saying?
did.
So it's like, yeah. So it's like I'm about to sit down and just try and do one of those, if anything, or a couple of those. I definitely am gonna do one when it comes down to premiering my joint, like before it releases. So
Mhm.
that'll be cool to do a bunch of new.
Like even if you wanted to drop a project, you still could. You could just set up like a whole like mini like from home concert situation. You feel me? Like
Yeah. And I definitely have came to the, I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to sit down and put out a little EP again before that, but instead of 2 songs, it's just gonna be 5 songs.
mm-hmm.
A little something, little something. It's called "Love Me Anyways."
Dope.
Yeah, it's about like the trials, the little trials that I've come across with dealing with women, and them dealing with me, because everything is always vice versa.
Two sides.
Yeah, and so it's just gonna be called "Love Me Anyway." It's a little 5-song joint. I'm gonna just drop that real quick, just to like just get over my I want to drop some music jitters.
Bro, you sound real sad right now. You make me feel sad,
Shit is
man.
whack.
I feel bad. I feel bad because you're sad, man.
Yo, this shit is whack, but it's cool though, because I'd rather us go through this now instead of everybody be rushing to get back outside too early, and then
We all
the whole
spread it
shit,
around and shit like
the
that.
whole shit start all over again. So I'm like, all right, cool. We might as well just wait it out and stop complaining about it, and just, what I'm saying, if you're gonna relax, relax. If you're not, learn something. And it is what it is right now.
You know what's crazy? I read this really interesting piece the other day about how I don't know, God forbid this stays like this for 18 months or whatever they say, how like concerts from home are like the future, like going to festivals. Because I saw Triller's doing like a whole festival situation
Alex
from
is
home,
on that
like,
line.
huh?
I said my homie Alex is on that lineup.
Oh yeah, so there you go. Like they got Migos on there, and I was like, damn man, like they're really like this is happening. Like this, like all the other festivals are canceled or postponed until 2021. But then Triller's about to have like a whole festival from the crib. Like that's insane to even think about how that could be a reality. Like like you can't even travel to festivals anymore. That wasn't a Corona cough, by the way. You can't even travel to festivals anymore. You gotta sit on your couch and watch them. I mean, we've done that with like Coachella before and whatnot. Like, of course, like we stayed up late to watch like Beyonce's performance at Coachella and shit, but like this is different. And that shit was actually happening. Now it's like, people gotta do this shit from the crib.
I seen people, they definitely had a fader one too, and they had like people going like at regular. They had like one at 3 o'clock, one at 3:30, one at, you know what I'm saying, and it was all just ran off the fader Instagram. On top of that, like the shit was crazy. It wasn't even on YouTube.
Yeah,
They
man.
had like
it's just like crazy to think about how see, now I'm kind of getting sad because like because you like see all these pictures and videos of like festivals and like you're just like, damn, bro, like what am I gonna, even if things open up this summer, it's like, what am I gonna do now, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're just gonna like, it's gonna be like a very soft opening of things, and it's not even gonna be like we can go right back to concerts, you know what I'm saying? Like I was looking forward to seeing the Weeknd this summer, but I'm not gonna get to see the Weeknd this summer, you know? Like shit like that is like what I think really upsets me.
The thing is just like we can look forward to the fact that when concerts and festivals do open back up, they're gonna go twice as hard. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if I'm thrown in the mix, I'm definitely gonna go crazy too. So you know, it's just at that point where we just gotta do the, you know.
I feel like as soon as the door opens back up and like, you know, the first wave of people go out, and then like you gotta let the first wave of people go out before you go out, because if you go out with those people, you gonna fuck around and catch it all over again. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah, I definitely. I told people, I was like, yo, I'm not getting caught up in the first iPhone, man. I'm waiting for the remodel.
Fact. You don't want to get caught out in the first wave of people.
Yeah.
Open the clubs back up, everybody go back outside, and then like 2 weeks later, it's like, we got a new outbreak in New York. But then like, that's why I'm like, you know, I'm gonna play like Hermit Crab for like a few extra weeks past that, because I'll go to the store, I'll go here, I'll go there, but I ain't going out to no concerts or no clubs, no brunches, no nothing. We ain't taking those type of risks once we get out of this.
Them trains is already automatically going to be a problem for a lot of people. Like, I came to the conclusion, I'm like, all right, it's going to be summertime. If I'm going anywhere, it's going to be Uber or a bike. Like, I'm about to order a bike because I'm not getting on no MTAs or none of that shit.
Because then you think about how hot it is on top of your stress of like you're now, like, everybody's going to have PTSD from this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel it now just walking outside my crib, you know? Everybody's gonna have PTSD from this. So the second somebody coughed, like even weeks before this even happened, I sneezed on the train platform at like Penn Station in my shirt, and like everybody just dispersed around me. That was before it got this bad. So imagine everybody now. Imagine everybody this summer. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna be going crazy, but you know what? It's cool, man. The benefit is everybody gonna be healthy, and the music is gonna go crazy. Like all these artists, everyone all around the world, like we all can sit down and actually like just hope for and look forward to some great ass music. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, by the way, Flossy Break, for what you said.
Yeah, I peeped that. I wanted to let you.
Yeah, I want to. You know what I'm saying? Lexi's in the building. Quarantine.
Wait, her show's Lexi. If you're still here, your show's tonight, right? Is it tonight or was Zero lying? Because he said that, and I need to confirm if she's in here.
Yeah, hey, you know, I think it's tonight. I'm not sure. I think it is though. I was on the phone with her the other day, bro. I made this joint the other day. I'm gonna show you that shit afterwards. So
you gotta send me that shit,
bro.
Oh, April 24th. Okay, there you go. Sorry, we're bad.
We're bad people. I'm a horrible friend.
We're bad people. I'm sorry, Lexi. In my defense, he said it was tonight, so I believed it.
It's cool. It's
all love.
What you been up to though, G?
Man, just working, bro. You know, we just trying to shift the culture, do a little bit of content here at the time. Oh, look at this. You interviewing me now? This is what we doing?
I'm showing just common courtesy, decency.
Yeah, man, we just working, man. You know, it's hard being well, I mean, you know, I don't gotta explain to you, like being a creator and being at the crib and just working and trying to like create content while also trying to reach people at the same time. That's why I think it's important, you know, spreading the positivity. That's why I've been trying to like, you know, obviously I'm going to ask you in a little bit to say a little something, but I've been trying to ask everybody to at least say a message, you know, to people out there. Because instead of posting like clips of interviews and whatnot, I'd rather post like positive messages, you know, like to people. Because I feel like now, you know, people need that more than ever. You know, like my aunt's working in the city. She's like one of the essential workers at the hospital. So like, you know, sometimes I'll send her shit. And I'll send her like the messages that artists are saying or things like that, and like that makes her feel better. So I'm like, okay, if it makes you feel better, who knows who might watch it on my grid or whatever, and they see it and they're like, oh, now I feel motivated, I feel better, I feel more excited to go create content, to go make something, to go, I don't know, pick up a book, you know, start a podcast, start, you know, a Twitch channel, start a YouTube channel. You know, I feel like now it's like you got to keep yourself busy, and you know, if you're a creative, you know, I think now's a good time to do all that. So that's just me preaching though, because I want to see everybody win. I want to see people like, you know, go create, make some shit, you know, you inside, you might as well make something of this time, you know, because you know the world stopped, but the internet don't stop. So you might as well just create something like music or whatever, something that's gonna last.
Most def. I realized that I've been in a space where I just been like working on something. Like the minute I stop this one thing, I want to go do the next. Like I'm like working out twice a day, working on songs all day, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I got to the point where when I couldn't do that creatively anymore, not that I couldn't, but it's like I exhausted myself enough. I was just like, damn, what the hell? But then I realized that it was like, I felt like because of the fact that we don't know when we're going back outside, I wanted to optimize as much time as we have, because I don't want it to be a situation where it's like, okay, you guys are going back outside in 4 days. And then now you scrambling like, damn, I only got 4 more days before, you know what I'm saying, regular routine in again.
Facts.
But then I was just like, bro, like, you got to also take this time to just enjoy being normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to have this time again. And especially not after this joint is over. Everything
Who said that to me the other day? I think Jig Nice said that the other day. He said, you never going to have this. Jig and Tony both were like, these two other artists from upstate, they both said the same shit. They're like, bro, they're like, you complain about being inside now, but one day, you're going to be on like the fucking train home at 3 a.m. and you're going to be like, oh, I miss being in quarantine. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
like,
it's going to be sick. And I'm just like, so you know what? I'm just learning how to balance the both. I think that's the best thing that you can do. It's like, there's people that feel like, you know, it's okay to want to just relax. And then there's people that feels like, you know what? I'm going to take this time to get something else. And the beauty in it is just having the balance of both, because that's what's really going to be progressive, and that's what's really going to keep you moving forward. You can't rush anything. You know what I'm saying? Everything takes time, and this is just the time to be able to do that with both worlds. You know what I mean?
Facts. I feel the same way, like how you just said, how you felt like you were doing too much at one point. I felt like that like a few weeks ago. I was like putting out 3 videos a day, you know, booking interviews quicker than I could even imagine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just be, my dumb ass would just be like, all right, I'm gonna book you, and you. And then I'd be like, oh, fuck, but now I feel overwhelmed again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, why do I feel like I'm overwhelmed when I'm at home? You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have to feel like this. So, like, it's very important to, like, just breathe, man. Like, because eventually, like, the world will catch up to what's going on now. And then it's like, okay, cool. Like, you had all this time to breathe. And like, yeah, you did these interviews, you accomplished a bunch of things, you know, you made music, you did this, you did that, you worked out, whatever. But then like the world's gonna keep spinning again, and then that stress is just gonna transfer into like what you're doing when the world eventually catches up to like everything else that's going on now. And then you're never gonna have this time again to like sit down, watch that movie, watch that TV series, play that video game. You know what I'm saying? Like you won't have that time to breathe again. You'll just have like small moments here and there to have that experience.
Yeah, man, and it's also just good to just check on your peoples, man. I feel like I've learned to do that in like over the years, to take the time to just like, you know, check on my peoples and stuff like that. But it's like now we can really like engage in conversation and things like that, because it's like you can have a 2-hour-long conversation one day and then be like, all right, cool, but I got to get off this phone because I got to go do this, this, and this. It's like now you can actually like, you know what I'm saying, dig in and be like, all right, well, how are you? You know what I'm saying? How are you feeling mentally? Like Lexi, for example, I spoke to her yesterday on the phone for probably like an hour and a half. And it just happened off of me calling her for something completely different. And it's like, because we have the time and because we have that care, that we can just, you know, take that time and really sit down and like indulge in making sure that everybody's straight, you know what I mean? Especially in this time where you can't see nobody, so it's not like you could just walk outside and bump into someone on the street and be like, yo, like, can I get some advice on this? It's like, now you gotta pick up that phone.
Yeah,
my mom wakes me up every day, bro. I don't even have an alarm clock, man. My mom wakes me up every day. She the first person that called my phone every morning. How you feeling? I'm good. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, that's great, man. Yeah, like I feel like now I've been like being able to talk to people more. Like I actually have time to like, you know, check in on people, whether it be like with these IG lives, which I've been doing mostly with people that I already interviewed, but serving as like a check-in to like talk with them, see how they're doing, talk about whatever new shit, have some form of promotion, and then like just call them like my friends in Florida who I would talk to maybe like once every 2 weeks. but
Mm-hmm.
like we be talking like every day. And sometimes when we get on the phone, we'll be on the phone for like 5-6 hours. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
then it's just like, oh wow, like we never got to do this before, and this was really fun. And then it's like, all right, cool. Like we better appreciate this time that we have on the phone with each other now, because like I'm not gonna be able to get to see my friends in other states when this is
Mm-hmm.
over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is all we got, and then life will catch up again, and then you're not gonna be able to have that type of interaction with them. Or
Most
you might, but like the way life is, you know what I'm saying? Like then life, work, and all that other bullshit gets in the way, and then like you kind of lose that communication and having that time to really just connect with your people that we have right now.
most def. I think that yeah, it's all just about that balance, man. You got to keep that balance because that's the only way that you're gonna stay productive. I've seen a lot of people that's like artists that's just talking about like, like, oh, I wish I could just go outside and experience something to be able to have something to talk about. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? You could also experience that inside. You know what I mean? You don't have to
Facts.
just go outside. You can sit down and watch a movie, and then that movie could sit down and put you to a whole nother like situation in your brain that you could think up and make up, and then create a whole dynamic off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like Raven Lene, she said once that she makes music off of colors. She can just see a color when she hears a beat and then create a whole storyline off of that. You know what I mean? So it's like you just gotta really dig deep, and this is the time when you're not distracted to be able to do so. But it's gonna take effort and it's gonna take work in order for you to get there. But practice and repetition is what creates results.
Nah, facts. I think there's plenty of experiences you could have in your crib that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you need to be outside to be creative. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if anything, you being inside like really forces you to be creative. And I had that like same conversation with Lexi 2 weeks ago about how like, she's been painting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're like you've had like she said that she had like all these paints and whatever in her crib, and she finally got around to doing it now that we're all inside. So like that brought out another side of her creativity. So I'm like, okay, like for the people who are like, oh, you got to be outside to feel something, or to feel to be creative and to come up with something, I think that's wrong. Like you could just be inside and like just, you know what I'm saying, like you said, see something and like completely unlock a completely different side of like your mental and like what you can create. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it be like me looking at my PS4 and then now look, okay, now like we have a whole video game Twitch thing going on Power. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't an idea that we had like when before this happened. It's like
Mm-hmm.
there's different things that you could be creative, like the having all the nerd shit in my corner in my room. That's something else I could be creative with. And then the music shit. So like I think being inside really forces you to just kind of like be creative and come up with new ways to like entertain people, to create content, and to just like find yourself like a little more.
Most def. With that same project I was telling you about, I tapped into this topic that I was like, bro, I never even thought that I would ever like even do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes deeper than just vulnerability, because I feel like at that point in time that is just like, wow, like I tapped into a side that I didn't even acknowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh.
Like it
There
was
you go.
it was more so on just like
Mhm.
of the topic of just like, it's like, all right, people can always sit down and talk about like it with love. It's like, all right, cool, like I fell for you, or you fell for me, or you broke my heart, or I broke your heart type shit. But I tapped into that joint, speaking on like something from like a minute ago, where it was just like, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, you, and it's gonna be crazy because it's like, all right, now that I explained this, now later on when that shit come back and we end up having that interview again, and then we take this clip, it's gonna be a situation. But I tapped into the topic of where it's just like, all right, cool, like I've come across a person that, you know what I'm saying, we experience sharing each other's time and energy and space. And then it's like, okay, now I ended up falling for this person. I love this person, but you don't love me back. But I don't care. I'm still gonna love you anyways. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
feel like that was something that was like, oh shit, like I didn't even notice that at that time. Cause it's like I didn't know that it was like, all right, I fully acknowledge that you don't feel this way, but I'ma still feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Until I started writing to it, and I was like, oh shit. And ironically enough, the first person I called was Lexi. I'm like, yo, Lex, you gotta hear this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, bro, that shit is amazing. And I'm like, yeah,
See,
man.
now you hyping this shit up. I gotta hear this shit because you've been talking wild game about this, and I haven't heard it yet.
Listen, man, you know me. You know
I
every
do
single
know you. I'm
time.
not. I'm not saying you're gonna disappoint.
You know.
I'm not saying you're going to disappoint. I feel like and I don't feel like a lot of artists have tapped into that, like, you know, how like you've affected your partner or like your significant other or someone you're dating and vice versa. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's always kind of like one-sided, not like, you know, you're not telling both sides. So if you're telling both sides like you claim you're telling, that shit'll be dope. I'm definitely interested in hearing that. And I feel like that'll definitely stir up some conversation. And I feel like the videos and the visuals and the type of different content you could put out with a project like that is like endless. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like a lot of different ways you can move around with a project like that.
Yeah, I got, and it's crazy enough because I've never been like, it's always been hard for me to like put like videos to my songs myself. I usually just let people like handle that shit for me. But I definitely sat down and I created a couple concepts already for this one that I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna make some like some treatments to, with hopes that I can get it done exactly how I see it in my head. But I see that shit happening. It's gonna go crazy. It was the videos that kind of looped everything around for me to be able to make the idea of that like little EP. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna go hard.
You gonna do like a video for each song, or you gonna have like
you know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool, man. If it's a little EP and you telling like a whole story through videos, I feel like not enough people do that. Like not enough people have like videos for every song on the EP and tell like the full story of like what's going on. But I feel like that's something that's right up your alley.
We'll see based on you know how everything is looking budget wise and time wise. Not even for myself, but for like everyone that would have to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that, you know, they gotta go to work. There's people that gotta take care of someone else because, you know what I'm saying? You know, you never know. So I'm like, we'll see how it goes. If I can get at least one though, I'll be straight. And then like just let the music do the rest until, you know, everything else transpires afterwards.
Bro, I'm really excited for this. I'm just sad that like that we have to wait a little bit longer to hear it because of everything that's going on. So wait, so you don't really know when you're gonna be dropping it then? You said like sometime.
You know what I'm saying? I know myself, and I know that, you know, because of the fact that I already have these joints in my computer, I'm getting a little bit antsy. So I've been sitting on calling my engineer like, yo, Will, like, you know what I'm saying? What can we do? Like, he goes to the studio, but he goes to the studio by himself. So he's like, yo, just send me the joints. But I'm like, yo, but there's some joints that I gotta like redo that I can only do while you there. Because, you know, with engineering and the artist, it's like a 50-50. Like, the engineer makes you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like
a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, so we just gotta, as soon as me and him can get together and make that shit happen, then it's game over. You know what I mean? Because my engineer is also my producer, so any tweaks and anything that we need to get done, everything can get done one time. And it's like once me and him do that shit, roll out.
Then we lit.
Yeah, so it's just more so with the government's time and shit. We just gotta figure out like when it's cool to at least do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's about it. But as soon as that's done, it's straight to the people. Cause I'm getting antsy.
I can imagine, bro. Cause you know when we were talking about the pack when you came to visit me last time, you was antsy then too. You was like, oh, I just put out the pack, but I'm ready for more type shit. You know, like you was ready off the rip. You were like, all right, what are we doing next? Like we on to the next thing now.
And I've been sending shit out too. Don't get me wrong. Like I've been sending shit out. I just sent some shit to Fergie the other day. I sent some shit to me and you know Jean Doe.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and her we had a little nice conversation, and I sent her like 3 joints. She about to send something back from one of those 3. And next week, it's gonna be a whole situation. I definitely sent some joint out to Mick, but he been doing his thing with his fiance. They were supposed to get married soon, but you know this whole thing happened, so he's trying to like just handle that. But that's coming too, so it's gonna be beautiful.
Hey, bro, at least you got like a whole bunch of different things going on, you know? What I've learned during this quarantine, what I've learned like a little bit before too, is like, you gonna try to do everything all at once, you know what I'm saying? In my respect, it's like, I'm gonna book all these people to do interviews with at once, and then like you rush to do these things, but you're antsy to do all these things, and then like the next day comes or later in that day comes, and all of a sudden everything just comes back at you. And then like you have all these like, you know, in my respect, you have like all these different people hitting me up that weren't the artists that I booked are new people hitting me up to do interviews. And in your case, it's probably gonna be like you're gonna get all this music together at like once, and now you're gonna be like, oh shit, I have this, and this to drop. What are we gonna do first? You know what I'm saying? Because that's normally
Exactly.
how it would be. Everything normally just happens at once. It's not like spread out. It's like, all right, so everybody just decides to get their shit together, and it just all comes in together at like in like one time, and then at that point you're gonna have like a whole like 2 projects worth of music just sitting at your disposal.
That's literally where I'm at right now. Like,
You're
that's
like, I'm already
literally where I'm
there.
at right now. I'm like, yo, I'm just now. I sat down. I started working with this new producer that my homie put me onto. And he sent me like 4 packs already, and I just started like going crazy off of those. And I sent him one back like, yo, swap this out, put this here, put that there, and like, so he'll send that shit back, and then I just go right back at it again. Like that's why I just try to keep it busy, keep it working. Um, his name is Ty Jake. He got that heat, man. And he produced one of the joints that I sent to Fergie. I'm like, bro, we gotta do this one right, like, you know. But I think that to speak to what you were saying, I was listening to some lectures the other day because that's something that I started doing again. Um, it was this guy talking about the I forgot his exact words, but he was just basically saying the importance of procrastinating. He was sitting there saying, like, he did a whole study on
Did you
like people
post
that,
that?
huh?
Did you post that? I feel like I
I'm
seen
not,
somebody post something about that.
I'm not sure, but he
I could be wrong.
he was speaking on like basically the the need that people have to like rush to start things normally end bad. You know what I mean? Like those people need to sit down and take the time to be able to sit with things and develop things, and that's normally what takes artists so long to make albums and projects and things like that. Because and that's something that also happens with me. Like for me making a song, it's either gonna go 2 ways. I can sit down and do 2 verses, 3 verses one time, or I do 1 verse today, I do another verse in 2-3 days, or next 2 weeks or so. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to sit with it and really see how you feel about it to be able to look at it from all different angles, because you have to. It's not just um a feeling that you can just bring back out at will. You know what I'm saying? Like how you start writing something one time, you have to be able to sit down and dig back into that, if not from that exact same scenario that you were speaking on the first time, then from a different scenario, which will give you a whole nother perspective of how
Right.
to go about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it comes down to that, that's another reason why I'm just like, yo, you got to have that perfect balance. Because when I make a song now, I don't even listen to it. I won't listen to it for like 3 days. Then I'll come back to it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, all right, cool. I know exactly how I need to tweak what I already did, and I know exactly how I need to finish this off. And then by the time that it's done, everything is great. And that's one thing that I feel like people need to pay attention to as well, because it's like people that when you rush to finish things, they never finish strong.
Facts.
And when you take your time to really just sit with it and put your energy towards finishing it as a whole, your shit gonna get clean.
Yeah, people appreciate it more. It looks better. That's how I feel. Yeah, that's a fact. That's how I feel about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Especially content wise. You got to like really sit and think about what you're doing and like focus in on it. Because like if you just try to throw shit at the wall and like hope that something sticks, that's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit don't work like that.
No.
Especially in music or entertainment. You really need to like come up with the concept, let the concept grow. Like you said, come back to it in a couple days, iron it out, come up with a plan, and then execute. You know what I'm saying? When people rush into things, that's how you make mistakes. That's how you slip up, and that's how you put out a product that isn't the best product it can be. You know?
Yeah, that's literally how it go. I remember, man, I used to get scolded about shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the shit that got hit me back in at 105.1. You know what I'm saying? I was in a room with like 6 people saying, I'm like, bro, like, you're not doing this the right way. Like you're doing a lot, but not a lot is getting done. And I had to really sit down and just like process that and just be like, all right, cool. It's time to do this shit the right way. And ever since then, I just been, it's just about timing. And sometimes I could be a little bit too overcritical of my own shit. But that's when I sit down and I start like sending it out like, all right, cool. What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think? Because it's like ideally my viewpoint is the most important. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But once everyone else around me that I trust with my shit is like, yo, this is cool, then I'm like, all right, I'm cool. Cause I definitely know that I be over analyzing shit too much. I'm my own worst critic. But when I trust my shit with the people around me, then they definitely set me up right.
Facts. Couldn't have said it better. So we're at that point where I want to ask you what I said I was going to ask you before.
Mm-hmm.
So for all the people who are home struggling, whether they be creatives, we've already said a lot, but I guess give a shorter abridged version for all the creatives who are home and who are struggling and who might need some encouraging words. What is your word to them?
I think that, it's just about that balance. You know what I'm saying? It's like understanding that, we're in that time where you just have to focus on living more than anything. You know what I'm saying? There's people dying every day, and that's the obvious, and that's why we're all inside. So it's not. It could be about, we could complain about a lot of things like, oh, we can't go outside, or oh, we don't have like financial support, or whatever the case may be. But the real important part of all of this is literally just like living and making sure that you're healthy, and then from that on forward, then you can worry about everything else. I feel like the one thing that people seem to forget is the fact that you being healthy is the most important thing. And when you're not healthy, everything else goes out the window. That's exactly why we're in that situation right now, where it's like, yo, it doesn't matter how much money. Like Diddy is at home, Jay is at home, Kendrick is at home, Beyonce is at home, and not even just artists. Like everyone around the world is at home. Money is not a factor in this situation. Level of importance, status, none of that shit is a factor in this situation. It's all about literally just being healthy and making sure that you straight. And we talking about healthy from the physical to the mental to the emotional. And once you handle that, everything else will just move out the way. So that's really all that I have to say on that. It's like you just make sure that you protected your mental, your emotional, and your physical. And once you good, make sure the people around you good. And once they good, stay positive. That's really all that it
I
means.
like how you said it's like this you're talking about how like Jay and all them, they're all at home too. Like this virus doesn't discriminate. It's like whoever you are in the world, you could equally get as sick and equally have a chance of God forbid dying from it. And that's why it's like it's important. Just stay inside, stay healthy.
Most def. It's like just make sure to remember what is actually happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Social media, it's not even social media. It's just honestly just being having the option to be able to see a mass of opinions. You know what I'm saying? And it's like there's a lot of people that are ignorant to this shit. And when you just see a lot of ignorance, then you think that that's the normal, but it's not. Remember what is important and remember what the hell is actually happening right now and why it's happening is the most important thing. So it's like that's all that I could really say on that. It's like, man, remember this shit is not. It's not just, oh, you know what I'm saying, the New York locals or whatever the case may be. This is everywhere around the entire world. Like, you got to be smarter than that. You got to
People around
definitely,
the world are dying from this. People around the world are suffering, but like this isn't forever.
you know
Also,
what I'm saying?
this isn't forever. You being inside for a couple months isn't, the end all be all of existence. Is
Exactly.
you staying healthy so when that peak comes and you could go back outside and continue living your life, you get to be able to live your life as you were before and hopefully with like a new outlook on appreciation for other people and everything around you, to be honest. Because I feel like after this, people are gonna like look at the world and look at each other in like a different way.
Exactly.
Hopefully, because the internet be wild. Like you said, like everything you read on the internet isn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to describe it. Like everything on the internet isn't facts. You know what I'm saying? Like you were talking about how like everybody um on the internet may say one thing, but the internet isn't true. It's not a reliable source for certain things, and I feel like the majority of people understand what's going on right now and what's important and what they have to do to maintain to maintain their health and to maintain their sanity and to maintain, keeping everybody else around them safe. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think that like once we get out of this, everything is gonna be like completely different, but like in some bad ways, but a lot of good. Like you see all like the amazing things that people are doing. Like I forgot who I heard, but there's someone in my neighborhood was like their birthday, and they did like a drive-by birthday situation for them. You know what I'm saying? Like you see people doing drive-by birthday celebrations for grandparents, all this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like there's still so many good things going on in the world, and like those are things that people got to focus on instead of focusing on the bullshit that they be reading online and
exactly
and all that like just drama that you be seeing. Like there's a lot of good shit in the world, and there's still a lot of good people. And at the end of the day, like we're gonna get out of this, and hopefully people will not be assholes to each other.
after, right? Exactly.
Especially in New York. I feel like when we get out of this, everybody gotta just be like, I understand the MTA, but like everywhere else, everybody just gotta chill because we all just happy to be back. We'll all be happy to be back outside, just walking the street. Like I'll be having new appreciation for walking around the city after this.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I definitely will too. Yeah. It's at that point where it's just like, yo, all we need to do right now is just spread love. Like that's all you really can do. I sat down the other day and I was like, I'm gonna definitely find a way to incorporate that message moving forward in everything I do, just like spreading love and just making sure that everybody feels that and just knows that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the biggest component that there is on this earth, love. So you just got to make sure that everyone around that feels that, and then everything else is just gonna move out the way.
Facts. Like make those check-ins more regular. You know what I'm saying? Like how you treating your friends now is how you should be treating them all the time. Checking in with them, showing them love, having those long conversations like you said you had with Lexi. Like those should be more. Those are more part of the human experience than we realize and we take for granted when the world is revolving as it should be revolving. You know what I'm saying? Or how it's like deemed as a normalcy.
Yeah, and it's just like those are the things that you gonna remember years to come. To be honest with you, like that's.
Oh yeah, we never forgetting. We never forgetting this shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
this shit gonna scar me for the rest of my life.
And that's what really sits down and sets the tone for your relationships with people. Like yo, in the lowest of the low, you had time to still show that you care, and that is what sets the tone. You know what I'm saying? And it lets people know like who's really about what.
There it is. Facts.
That's
it.
That's how it goes.
Well, we've been going for 45 minutes. I think this
like nothing.
Yo,
like water.
Zero, you think this interview long enough, bro? This is
like
ain't even
water, bro.
This is a conversation.
You know what I'm saying? This is what we're here for. It was like water. I didn't even realize. I just looked at the clock. Like I was like, oh shit.
It's like just checking it. It's like what we was just talking about. You just checking in with your people, making sure everybody good, and having a solid conversation about the world and what's going on right now.
Exactly.
Well, before I let you go, let the people know, man. I know we had the project coming soon, but I'm sorry. I keep bringing it up. I'm sorry. That's the last time I'm bringing it up.
No. I'm listening.
But let the people know. I mean, you got the pack out now. What else they gotta look out for everybody here, everybody watching at home.
When me and my assistant sit down and run down a lot of the things that's going down as far as in my laptop, then I'm gonna just start letting shit fly. Like I'm gonna just literally start just letting shit fly. That's literally.
I saw the sparkle in your eye of like anger and just like I need to let this shit go.
Yeah, it's gonna go crazy. We're gonna sit down and do that, and we just gonna start letting shit fly. Like I got 3 dry erase boards full of shit already. It's like we just gotta sit down and actually make sense of all of that, and then it's just on its way.
Boom. The project will be out. We'll have a concert. We'll do an SOB show. We'll go turn up with Fergie. We'll all be outside having a good time in no time.
You know that.
Hey, bro, I want to thank you for coming, chopping it up, spending 40-something minutes with me on the phone.
All good,
on
bro.
IG Live. We got to do this again.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You already know that.
Conversation. We got to make it like a tea time.
You gonna make it happen?
Every couple weeks at 7 p.m. we break down all the shit going on in the world.
Let's make it happen. We can create a whole podcast.
Dead ass. There's like positive messages for everybody. Everybody in quarantine. Some shit. Well, I don't know. See, look, creativity off the rip right here. We just on FaceTime and we coming up with shit.
And that's how.
Wait, what is it?
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's the magic.
Exactly. But again, my brother, I appreciate you for chopping it up with me, man. And I'll be checking in with you soon. You gotta let me hear that new shit, so send that to me.
Oh yeah, I definitely will.
All right, my brother, I'm gonna see you.
Peace.
Zero Mckenzi on the radar, y'all.
You know that quarantine.
Later, brother.
Later, peace.